Space Jam, The Matrix, The Lion King. What do all these revamped movies have in common? Fuck your childhood. That's what. These were all great movies that were universally panned because y'all didn't want y'all vision of how you grew up to be tarnished. Well, it's time to grow the fuck up, child. And white people, please don't get me started on the new Little Mermaid film that's coming out. But this is more than just about movies. You Negroes are still trying to make your parents happy. And even worse, some of them aren't even here anymore. Rest in peace. Either way, it's time to grow the fuck up, child. Why can't we move on from our childhoods? And why are we still trying to make these old folks happy? Fearless, what do you think? When are y'all old children gonna become adults?
This Batman movie is the best one in terms of representing Gotham and representing Batman. But if your favorite Batman is the one from 1990 or 1989,
that's the one I was.
You see what I'm saying? I can't, because you grew up with the yellow emblem and everything. Niggas got cars with that. Like, I'm sorry, this iconic. If I tell you that fucking the nigga, the vampire from motherfucking Twilight is the new Batman, you gonna be like, he the best one. You gonna think I'm fucking smoking rocks. So ain't nothing I can say. But that's my argument. That is done right. It is something from the past where I got an old thing and they made it better. What do you got to say?
Okay, so I'll say the Batmobile from the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman is the best Batmobile out of all the series, right? The best one. I'll say that.
And they got the best commissioner as well.
No doubt, man. Billy D. Beautiful. But let's go back a little bit because that's something else I wanted to say. You said you wish you were born in this era because everything we have digital comics where you can read mini comics for like $10 a month.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, bro, we grew up on like cassette tapes. Like we had to rewind shit. We had to take the tape out, turn it over. We couldn't just listen to our favorite song. We had to like
you hear me on
fast forward and
nah, I can't hear you. I got my
mic
hooked up. I can't hear you.
That shit, bro.
Homie, we had only a few TV channels.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have digital shit. You had to sit your ass down at the couch to watch TV. Now I can watch it I can watch it anywhere I'm taking a shit. Anywhere I'm taking a shit.
You couldn't just watch whatever the hell you wanted to watch at any time. You had to wait for that shit to come on at a certain time, or you had to record it and then you go watch it for as much as you wanted to. Like it's so much. So I feel what you're saying, but I'll say this: I'm happy I grew up in the era that I grew up in, but I'm also happy that I got to see the progression and where we are because it's a lot doper nowadays.
Yeah,
so
and you could buy all the shit because I wouldn't be probably able to buy it unless I grew up rich. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be able to consume all this stuff that I really want to consume. But now, as an adult in my 30s, I can because I have some money to buy it. So that's also a good point. And I love being an 80s baby. I love being like, that era crack and, what I'm saying, the era of NWA. And I love growing up in the 90s and experiencing hip hop and the real evolution of it becoming the most popular thing. But I love the future as well. VR and all that shit that's coming. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. I ain't even cut you. I just wanted to add that.
No,
you
didn't, man. I was, yeah. So you know what? Let's flip the script a little bit because we're talking about, electronics and how things change in movies. And I still believe the new Space Jam is great. You have your opinion, like you say. I just don't really care for that opinion as far as that goes.
Fuck my opinion.
I told you, man. Ain't nobody going. If anybody goes at the King and the Queen, go get it. And the King and the Queen is, to me, is Queen Beyonce, and King James. You ain't gonna go after them, man. And I'm gonna put Tyler Perry in there too as well. These people do too much for the communities for y'all to be shitting on them.
Jordan Peele
about your little weak ass childhood. I mean, Jordan Peele's great, but Tyler Perry is that upper echelon that he puts people on from the past and lets them have like a second career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Me personally, I think Jordan Peele, just to put the reason why I said Jordan Peele is because he's adding black and minority voices to horror. And we've always been the first person to die in horror movies, right?
Yes.
Remember Scream 2?
don't know if I told you, but that was a dope edit too, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate you.
She showing off. She showing off.
To get in your soul and speak what's in your soul out.
Let me not say that because I don't know the people around him. Let me chill.
Now that's pretty major.
Can y'all go home? He wasn't thinking because that's not what he see all the time, obviously.
You looking like...
How about you just mind your own business? I'm Jimmy B. Fearless and welcome to the You Feel Me podcast with my big homie Wayne. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, rock that bell. Make sure that you get all of our content anytime that we post. And also don't forget to sign up for our podcast on all platforms for the audio version. Yeah, we definitely gonna get Wayne dancing in one of these motherfucking videos. What's good, everybody? Welcome.
Problem,
Yes, we do. We definitely want all them fucking problems. We want all that smoke. Welcome to the You Feel Me podcast for your moms and them. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone on stereo? How is everybody on YouTube live or whatever fucking it's called for YFM? Appreciate all y'all coming through, man. And we have a new thing where we're gonna have y'all comments live. So all comments will be live, I believe. So you should be able to go ahead and have your comments right up on here. So if you say something, you're gonna be something and you're gonna do something. So that's what it is. So all right. What's going on, Wayne, man? How you doing, big homie?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing really, really good, man. The week was cool. I'm having a great week because I'm a great weekend. I've been spending a lot of the past few hours with Kendrick Lamar, and it's been really great. It's been really dope, man. And so my week's been cool, bro.
King Kendrick, yeah, man. Let me first start off with going to Instagram. I'm glad you're having a good week, homie. We'll go to Instagram real quick. So this is the reason why I say we like the world's most hated, because some of you motherfuckers is weirdos. So old boy said, I don't know, I can't pronounce his goofy ass name, but he said Kendrick stands are fuck him. He said Kendrick stands are cringe. We even reckon your D riders.
Oh no.
He gonna get fucked up fucking with me. And no thanks. I'd rather not waste my time on your stream. Bitch, ain't nobody asked you to come to my motherfucking stream, pussy. Fuck you think you talking to?
Damn.
That's first of all. Watch your fucking mouth, man. Like for real, man. I come to where you stay at. That's the first fucking thing. And second of all, this is a debate show. It's debating. That's what the whole thing is. You come debate us. You come tell your opinion. K-Dot is a great rapper. Someone else on here said you forgot Eminem. Actually, we didn't. Wayne thinks that Eminem is the best rapper of all time. We've had our old first show was about it. We talk about it all the time. That's one of the biggest differences between us. So, hey, I responded to him to come join the stream. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But of course, he ain't probably. And if he does, you know what I'm saying? I'll tell him exactly what I just said to his motherfucking face or online. So that's how I want to start off the stream. Go ahead, Wayne. You got anything you want to say?
No, man, I don't. I think you said enough. I think you said it all right there, bro. I see, you know what's crazy is that a lot of people don't really see this side of you, man. When you do get angry, you know what I mean? So it's almost a little scary, man, because you don't see it too often, man. So I have nothing to say. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, bro. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say, let you get that off your chest. And you already know it goes without saying, man, that I got your back. I'm here with you, bro. So if anybody wants that smoke, man, you're gonna have to get it with a few other people as well, man.
Yeah. I'm off that. You know what I mean? I already told him what I said on the internet. You feel me? I'm gonna cut this up and I'm gonna tag him on it on Instagram. So we ain't cringe. It ain't even that serious, bro.
I cringe, man. That dude's like 22 years old. He's saying cringe. Grow the fuck up.
That means he's a grown ass man. So
man.
You could be 22.
Party was good, G.
You could be 16. You could be 2. You know what I mean? If you open up your mouth, that means you old enough to get fucked up. So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Bernie Mac for that. But anyway, let's go ahead. Unfortunately, man, we got some RIPs for this week. We have a RIP for this week. And we didn't even talk about it beforehand, broski. You might not even know.
No, yeah, I do know. I actually got a couple of them, but one
Golly,
of
go
them I
ahead,
have
broski.
is a little
Sad,
it's a
man.
little on a funnier side, but this one is well, this one is it's not so much my speed, man, because I don't really listen to them so much. But this I think it was yesterday they got word, but it was confirmed today that Lil Key from the YSL gang or the group. I don't want to say gang just yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same one that's with the Young Thug and Gunner, and you know they going through their thing right now. With them being hit with the Rico and them they're in jail right now. Just found out that Lil Key passed away. They don't know how or why just yet. But I believe he was only 24 years old.
Yeah.
And it's just really strange, man. Like it's been a strange week for them. And I there's a lot of conspiracy theories in the air. Like I said, I wasn't a huge just fan of the music. I'm not a big trap music person, but regardless, that's a human being, that's a human life.
Right.
And regardless of what happened to him, nobody really deserves to die. And then just being 24 years old, just so young, but yeah, he passed away. No details just yet. And it's just really odd and strange how everything is going on with them. And
Yeah.
then this happens. This happens, you know what I mean? And I believe was he a brother or cousin to one of them?
I don't think he was I mean, a lot of motherfuckers is related. So he could
Yeah,
have been, but I think that he was more along the lines of just like signed to the record label. But his brother is the
okay.
one that posted that he had passed because his brother's in the game too. His brother's a rapper coming up. So his brother is the one that posted that he had passed. So I think he
Mhm.
might have supposedly what DJ Academic said, he's the media. So quote DJ Academics, he said they don't know yet, but it's a possibility it could have been an overdose.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I don't believe he was in the Rico indictments and all that stuff that we're gonna talk about later on. But like, yeah, something it happens, man. Like I think he overdosed. So, this is crazy. It's like godly. So yeah, they've been having a tough week over there, them boys. So, prayers up to them, rest up to him and
Yeah.
his family. You know what I mean? Anybody trying to go out like that's only 24 years old. That's young. But
Yeah,
that
that
shit
was
happens all the
extremely
time.
sad to hear today, man.
Yeah.
Also, this is another. This death actually happened last week, or this isn't hip hop related at all. But Naomi Judd, I heard she died from a self inflicted gunshot wound.
Yeah. Yup.
So she
Poor
committed
thing.
suicide. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to take the time out. I wanted to say this and then take the time out to say, man, everybody who's listening, um, yeah, if you have any mental illnesses, if you need any help with anyone, please call a friend, call a family member, call somebody go knock on a neighbor's door, man, because um being depressed is nothing to play with, man. Even if it's just like a little thing, you may not even know. Like I gotta admit that I was, during COVID, being in quarantine, I was a little depressed, and I wasn't mature enough to come out and say that I was depressed, but when I finally did, um, I felt a little better because I came out saying that I was depressed to myself, and then I was able to get some help.
Right.
And I can honestly say that, Fearless over here, he encouraged me a bit to go and, talk to somebody, and I finally did that. So y'all, man, if y'all going through anything, man, before anything bad can happen to you, before you can do anything bad to yourself, anything that is not just gonna be permanent. And you got to understand that you have family and friends that will probably miss you as well.
Right.
So I just wanted to bring this up to take the time out and say, yeah, please go get help. Please go speak to someone, and just don't be ashamed, because everybody goes through it, and not a lot of people are either mature enough to admit it or even know that's what it is. Because as Black people, we think that can't happen to us, or we're stronger than that, and then, oh, I can beat it, or and that's not the case, y'all. That's not the way it works. So please go get help. Please speak to someone. It's okay. We're human beings, man. We can't do everything. You know what I mean?
Word
So
up. Word up, man. That's well said, bro. That's very well said. And yeah, man. Talk to somebody.
mhm.
You ain't less than just because you need someone to talk to. And these people are medical professionals. They go to school for that. You know, people will be like, "Oh, my cousin or my brother or your TV show or your music's my therapy." Man, go talk to a professional, bro. You know what I mean? Because I can give you some wrong advice. I ain't perfect. Not this bitch. I ain't just savior per Kendrick Lamar. So go ahead and talk to a therapist. You know what I mean? Go ahead and talk to a therapist. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've been depressed most of my life. You know what I mean? And been like, you know, sad and angry and just about everything. So you know, as that person that's never been really a positive person at all in my life, you know, and always wanted to do self harm and shit like that, it's good to have consistent therapy. It's good to talk to people, you know, because when you waking up like that every day and going to sleep that same way, eventually something's gonna happen. So get some help. You feel me? But anyway, let's go ahead and move on, man. Unfortunately, you said you got another one, but you said this one's funny.
I do that. This is more comedic. I'm sorry
Whose
to make
career
like
is
such
this?
a hard shit. You read my mind, bro. You read my mind.
I knew it.
So
You was gonna
this
say
is an
RIP somebody's
RIP
career.
to Solange's career. Solange,
What's wrong with
you know
Solange?
Beyonce. This is the anniversary. This week was the anniversary of when she tried to put hands on Jay-Z in the elevator.
She
And
succeeded. Then she fucked that nigga up.
she didn't really fuck him up. Like she got like she got a few shots in, but it was more of, you know, Jay-Z was blocking them shits like Dragon Ball Z, like it was nothing, like he was Jackie Chan on some shit. And he didn't put his hands on her, man. And I've never seen that before. Like any
You never
instance
seen
where a
that in
woman,
life?
when it comes to like a man and a woman, no. Like a man like actually having restraint against a woman, like just holding her and be like, all right, now chill, or just letting her get her, you know, her shots off and everything. He's just blocking her and pushing her away. I thought that was very mature on his end, but I've never seen that. You know, dudes always put their hands on women if they were, yeah, in school growing up, you know, middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, dudes did not care. Like if a woman tried to buck up to them, they'd be like, okay, well, let's go. Like, what you want to do? And I'm just like, holy shit, nigga. Like you can't, you know,
fucking cowards. That's
so to watch it, you know, Jay-Z do that shit, man, and just like on some boss shit, like on some real man shit, just block him and kind of try his best to keep his distance. But I say RIP because she hasn't really. No, she did. She dropped the "Don't Touch My Hair" and all them joints afterwards, right?
She dropped like 3 albums.
Yeah. But come on, man, really. Do you remember anything else except for "Don't Touch My Hair" and that other one, little joint?
Well, I listened to her album a whole bunch of times because it came out when I was in Cleveland. Yeah, so I was like, had like a lot of windshield time. So I listened to her album a lot, and there was like a lot of girls back then that I was talking to and stuff like that before, you know, I met my wife and everything. They was into Solange, so you know that was kind of like my demo. If you want to say,
so hold on,
a better word, you know what I mean?
Do you think the elevator shit kind of helped her career?
I don't know, but like I see why she did it. So I ain't
no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? This nigga made a whole album about that shit. So you know what I'm saying? I appreciate her for that. She gave us 444. Thank you so much. Fuck him up,
bro.
You know what I mean?
How do you try to talk to another girl when your wife is in the building, bro? I don't care if it was like 100 floor hotel, man. You could really try to shout out another girl when your wife and the family's around. Like, come on, ho, that wasn't smart, bro.
I don't know. He's bugging out. He wilding the hell out. But you know, hey, that's how it go, man. You know, families fight for real, bro. Like certainly, like families like that, they don't know how to talk to each other. They just gonna throw hands. Families fight. So that's just something that you deal with. Like most people fight. They'll fight their family before they fight somebody in the street. You know,
yeah,
because they know like
you're more comfortable.
Yeah, and that's crazy, but it's the truth. Like, you know, you've been around this dude growing up, so they'll rather fight their own family. But some people, you know. But anyway, let's go ahead and what's going on, Marty? Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for joining the live stream. Please like so they can push us to the algorithm and all of that jazz. Hey, like, Chichi, what's going
hit that
on?
Bell, rock that bell. Shika, what's up? How you doing?
She said hi. So yeah, man. You want to go ahead and get to the stuff, I guess. Today.
All right. Speaking of fights, now we speaking of fights again. You just said it's fighting with the family, man. Here we go, bro.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit if it was a touch. I don't care if it was a mistake. Don't put your hands on my motherfucking mother, man. Are you crazy?
What's going on?
Are you crazy, bro? Like everybody's putting hands on everybody, man. And then look, this happened, I think, like last Sunday. So we like a week removed from all this, but I still want to I wanted to bring this up, man. Yo, so basketball phenom Chris Paul. Oh, you gonna show the video first?
Well, I wanted to give everybody like kind of like an overlay of what we're doing today, like an overview. So,
Okay, all right,
so
all right.
today we're gonna talk about Chris Paul and Don't Touch My Mama. We also gonna talk about the whole YSL gang hit with the Rico. So that's like Young Thug, Gunna, all of them rappers and gang members now supposedly. What's the word that Courtney told me to use? Allegedly, that's the word. We're gonna talk about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, our reaction to that album, and then we're also gonna talk about my new song. You know what I'm saying? Give me some free promo since this is me and Wayne shit. You feel me? So, all right, bro, go ahead, man. You want to
Right now,
introduce it
I
because
can
I
tell
got
you
the
right now
video too.
that's an incredible last song, and we're gonna get to it. And I hope you get to play a little bit of it as well, man.
Yeah, I'm actually play. Yeah, I am. So go ahead, broski.
That's what I wanted to hear. So yeah, so basketball great Chris Paul.
I'm
You
the new Chris
know,
Paul.
you know, he's so yeah, they he's doing this thing, playing this game, trying to make sure they get the chip, man. And yo, man, somebody put some goofy ass little white kid, man, put his hands on his mama. So Chris Paul and the team look over like, yo, what the hell is going on? What's the hubbub, man? And yo, I'm like, and Chris Paul is looking over at this nigga like, yo, he did what? I don't know what's going on with you people. First is Tyson, then Chappelle, then Will Smith. Stop touching folks, man. What the fuck are you doing in your life to make you think like you could touch somebody and then touch his mom? And then on Mother's Day, that's the biggest thing too. It was on Mother's Day, fam. What do you think y'all are doing, man? Do you really think, yo, do the other man, do y'all really think that y'all can just do whatever the hell you want with like no repercussions, no problems at all? Like, oh, they're just black people. Who gives a shit about them? Nobody cares. Is that what you really think? Bro, put your hands on my mama. You know that shit that Felix was saying at the beginning of the episode, man. He had his beef with the IG nigga. Yo, that anger times like 70 when you put your hands on somebody's mama, bro. And it's somebody's mama, so she's probably a little elderly. I'm not saying she can't get around to do her thing or whatever, but she's a little older, man. Show
Chris
some
Paul's
goddamn
37.
class and respect.
So his mom's probably like 50,
60 something.
60,
Yeah.
50,
Yeah,
Or, shit, she might be, she might be in her 40s. I don't know.
Do me a favor, G. Go ahead and show that video real quick, man.
I got you,
So
bro.
what we talking about?
Yeah. Oh, and let me give a special shout out to the Legends with a Z Productions. They kind of like, we got this video from them. So it's go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and put their name in the comments and shit. I want y'all to go ahead and check these cats out because they got a dope ass little YouTube channel. And I like it. It's like more like news, and it's not just like sharing some fucking opinions and shit like that. It's more like news based, and it's really dope. So go ahead and check them out. You can follow them on YouTube. So let's go ahead and play the clip, man.
Let's do that.
Yesterday with a Mavericks fan for allegedly touching his mom and pushing her. And well, we got the video footage right here of what happened. So as you see, Chris Paul fouled out late in the fourth quarter, and when he was heading to the bench, this Mavericks fan out of nowhere just touched his mom and tapped her. And well, Chris Paul took offense to that because you're not supposed to touch someone without permission. And because after that video was cut off, it was allegedly said that he pushed his mom as well, which is absolutely insane. I mean, you should not do that to anyone, especially on Mother's Day. I mean, that's extremely disrespectful. And well, the main reason why the other guy got most of the anger from Chris Paul was because that guy actually planned all this. So if you guys go to his Instagram, it's obviously private right now, but he actually posted this on his story. He said, I brought two gentlemen down that I had met because they wanted to see the last 6 minutes of the game, but that was a mistake. One of those gentlemen apparently grabbed Chris Paul's mother. As you guys saw, the video of me is me getting escorted out because I brought them down to our seats. I should not have done that, and I apologize to the Mavericks and to anyone who saw that, as well as y'all Suns fans. So yeah, you guys just saw what actually happened. This guy just wanted to be cool and everything, just wanted to bring some random fans that you didn't know their intentions. They thought they could get away with it. And also, if you guys saw the game, you guys probably saw Chris Paul's mom literally sitting next to this guy. But the main reason why she had to move is because this guy apparently was saying some very disrespectful stuff.
Yeah, it seems like he was like saying like some racist stuff, some stuff about her son. So she moved, and then like, he wanted to give her a hug, and then he ended up pushing her. And like they invited some new cats down to come through because they wanted to get close to the game before the game was over. It was just a whole lot that went on. And it was just like that dude looked so surprised that he was getting kicked out, and he looked like he was with his mom too.
Yeah.
Lot going on. And I want to say this. Right now, the series for the Suns and the Mavericks is tied 3-3.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is psychological warfare or is it just like people just being people. But I will say this: there has been a lot of incidents since COVID happened and since like people start coming back outside, where like
Yeah.
white people have been bugging on the sidelines, like anywhere like near the court at NBA games. And I mean, it's like 100 times worse. Like not only saying like the N word, not only like screaming like at their family and stuff like that, but people putting hands on family, people pushing family. It's gotten crazy. It's gotten crazy. And I keep saying, man, a lot of y'all people lost y'all mind during COVID. And I don't know what happened to y'all. Y'all need some help. Y'all thinking that it just like, let me give you a really quick example of what I'm talking about, Wayne. Yesterday, me and Courtney, you know what I'm saying? We at the stove. We at the stove, and this lady runs like this like these little kids. They look like they kind of like having fun, right? So they running around the store, and they almost run into us when we was walking up the aisle. And I was looking at something, but I saw someone coming out my peripheral. You feel me? So I put my hand up to punch whoever the fuck it was in the face. And it was like this stupid ass white broad talking about, oh, I'm so sorry. And then when we was walking around the store, they was still running around. They almost ran into us again. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, yo, I'm about to have to beat this person's ass because y'all had no home training. And it's like everyone in the world just lost all of that. How can 2 years make you uncivilized? You was in the house. What was you watching? Breaking Bad the whole time, thinking about killing people? Like, what happened to y'all, man? There's like, yo, like for real, one of y'all gonna end up getting hurt messing with me, man. I swear to God. Like, this is the second time. This is the second time I almost punched that lady's lights out, man. And she would have been gone out here. Now I had to beat up both their little friends. You know, like, don't do that. And I had, man, y'all got me. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't in the mood, man. Like, y'all better leave me the hell alone. I'm about to move to the jungle and get away from y'all. But anyway,
now what you need to do is y'all need to come on back down here to Georgia, man, where people got home training and shit, bro.
Y'all got gangs.
Yeah, word.
Resident girl, what are you talking about? It's the Wild West, and it's in the South.
Hell yeah,
what are you
bro.
talking about? Our next segment is all about that. But anyway, go ahead, man.
All right. All right, man. First off, I'm glad that you did not do that. Okay, I appreciate you not doing that, man.
Courtney was like, yo, you almost punched that lady in the face. And my fist was like, so like, I'm so sorry. I was like, yo, rocked her. Just I didn't even know. Anyway, go ahead, man.
So I think I know what it is. Because I was thinking about that too. So I believe it's boxed in racism. So the majority of Trump's tenure as president, we were locked up. We were inside. You know what I mean? We were on the quarantine during COVID. So people couldn't really get, first off, Trump was voted because the nigga was just like open racist and he allowed other races to come out of the closet, right? So with that, is us being boxed in, all we can do, let me rephrase that because I keep saying we. All they can do is just kind of talk to each other about, you know, how Trump is right and how the world is this and how COVID isn't real and I'm not going to take the shot and shit like that. So if you're just talking to someone who's just listening to you or he's just agreeing with you, it's kind of boring after a while. So after COVID, we're out, we're free, we still got to wear masks and whatever, but you're allowed, it's like that racism that was on the inside, you can get that out now, you know, like, so when you see black people that you weren't able to see for almost 2 years, you was like, yeah, I remember niggers, I remember the hatred, I remember the hatred I had for them and shit, you know what I mean? And so that's what I think it is, man. I believe that they weren't able to be racist. And now they are, and now they're going full-fledged, man, because it's like Trump put the battery in their back. We were stuck in the house. Now they're out. Now the racism is free and clear, and it's live. And you know, fuck Biden and what is it? I forget. Is it not? What's the term for fuck Joe Biden again? I totally forgot, man.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Now, of course, we got an episode of that, the You Feel Me podcast, YFN podcast, world's most hated, man. Anywhere free podcast or so, go look for that on YouTube. Anywhere you can get your podcast. But yeah, that's just what I think it is, man. It's just they weren't able to be racist for a certain amount of time, for Trump's tenure, and now they're like, okay, now it's like, let's put the gloves on, let's hit the ground running, let's show them how much we don't like them. And I think that's what it is, man. It's making up for lost time.
I honestly, man, I feel like it's just people just acting. It could be racistly, you know, the whole racist thing. I just feel like people think that just because they pay so much money that they can do whatever they want. And it's becoming a problem not only in like society, like, you know, like for like entertainment and shit like that, but it's becoming more of a problem when it comes to like home purchasing, when it comes to you know, just like fucking like like unemployment. Just because you get paid a certain amount, you think that you have authority over someone. And I'm like, yo, you gotta remember, man, bullets are cheap. Like for real. Like y'all gotta calm down, because y'all think y'all everything in the world, but you're not. The world is not revolving around you. And that man is out there playing the basketball game. Chris Paul trying to shoot the ball, and he trying to get his team back to the, you know, the finals and stuff like that. There's no reason why you should be touching them. And then Chris Paul screaming at the boy, like, I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna see you later. That was his anger, because he's never gonna see that guy.
Yo, Chris Paul, hey, yo, Chris Paul hit him with a catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah,
man?
like, Chris, you ain't, don't beat that man up. For one, he looks so scared. I felt
he
so bad.
Did it.
I don't think he knew.
Here.
No, you gotta remember the story is that it was two other people that he invited down. That was talking to him like, yo, y'all, you on court side, yo, we want to come to court side so we could just experience it, because we never seen it before. And then they started bugging out. I don't know what he tapping and all that type of stuff, but like, first of all, why y'all even know that's Chris Paul's mom? That's weird.
That is kind of weird. I've never seen that woman before in her life, man.
No, I have no idea what she looks like. And I'm not looking up his mom. So, you know, how you know that? You feel me? And then like, I just didn't like the whole energy surrounding it and all the stuff. And then the boy that got kicked out, he posted on Instagram like, yo, I never meant to disrespect y'all. I love like basketball and all of that. But I'm like, yo, y'all are rich. Y'all paying like $2,500 for those seats, man.
Right. Exactly.
This is big money. Right. So like, y'all look at them like they slaves out there, bro. That's how it is. Like they are sideshow attractions. And that's why some people say professional sports is slavery. Because even though they're getting paid millions, you're getting observed by people that make billions and getting owned by people that make billions. But we all are, because we all got fucking jobs. You know what I mean? So that's why people don't like that shit. They looking like it's Mandingo fights out there, which kind of, if you think about it, it is. It's less violent, some sports. So it's a lot that go into that shit, man. But it's like that thought process of being like, yeah, these are slaves and not paying all this money so I can go watch them and I can do whatever the fuck I want to do to them has to stop. So the NBA might have to like, yo, y'all might have to like stop having motherfuckers on the first 3 rows. Remember, LeBron James had to
thought
kick
that
people
too.
out. Yeah,
I thought that I've been thought that. Like I know that it shows that it's just another way to show that you have money, that you can just throw it in the air and get those seats. But there's too damn close to the court. Like I even saw a video of DJ Khaled kind of hyping up the Heat. You know what I mean? And
he was just massaging the coaches.
Like, that's too damn close, bro. That's way too close.
They was cool with it, but like, imagine if that was like, if he was like a opponent or something. Like Drake. Remember when Drake was about to fight Kendrick Perkins? Because Drake was saying all this crazy stuff. First of all, you got liquor there. You know what I mean? Who knows what they can bring in, because they paying for those big seats. You don't know what's happening. You feel me? So like, imagine that. Like, and like Kendrick Perkins almost put his hand through Drake's face. Like, why is it like that close? Like, I know that's like a part of the whole thing. Like, oh my God, but like, it's just something that's happened, man, in the past like year, 8 months, 9 months, and I think we both locked it down. People locked down during COVID. Now they free. They got money, and they feel like they could do whatever the fuck they want.
Yep.
And it's like, as a person that's about to try to go and perform again on stage, it makes me worried that I'm gonna end up smoking somebody because they won't come and like, you know, rush the stage. Like that is real dangerous for everyone's health. You see what happened to old boy, his arm still ain't attached back to his body yet. So
no, I didn't see him recently. It's still fucked up.
I was just making a joke. I don't know. I don't have an old boy.
Yeah, you talking about this pale nigga.
Yeah, little Nas, you know, Nas Triple X or whatever his name was. You know what I'm saying? Him getting stomped out in front of from a whole bunch of like, you know, comedians and stuff. You know what I mean? I heard Jon Stewart was out there slamming him. So like, like, come on, man.
You got some hits in too.
Yeah, supposedly he was out
That's
there
funny.
stomping them too. But you know, Dave
That's
Chappelle was
funny,
like,
bro.
he said it, but then he retracted and was like, no one touched him. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Y'all didn't touch him.
We believe you. One more thing before we get off of this, man. The letter that was sent from the stadium. So
Mhm.
they didn't ban him, right? But they removed him. He's allowed to come back in next year. But they said it was an unwanted hug that the fan was
Wow.
trying to give his mom.
That was crazy. An unwanted hug. Like, for one,
Mhm.
he could be charged. I don't know if that's like simple assault. I don't know what that is, but like that is so weird to try to hug somebody. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you right now, man, like certain people when they get drunk, they get mad friendly. I've been at bars multiple times and people see me or
that's
they
true.
see me and my wife, and that's the first thing they want to do is talk to us because we either like
Yeah.
the only black people there, and they want to like tell us how they voted for fucking Obama, or like they
Mhm.
want to just go ahead and have a conversation with us because we look different than what they used to. So some people get real comfortable. When I start drinking, I don't get comfortable like that. You know what I mean? But some people do. They get real lovey-dovey. They want to say how much they love you. They want to invite you over their house and let you meet their wife and other things. So I'm just saying, like, he could have been on the sauce. He could have been, but he looked dumb young. So I'm
Yeah,
glad they
man.
kicked. I'm
I
glad they
will say
kicked him
this,
out.
like
But
when we at the bar though, and white people get, like you said, close, that shit doesn't bother me too much.
that's
Because
nice. I'm glad it doesn't. You are a good person, bro. Because I can't stand that
because
shit.
I love, like, especially now since I'm in a different headspace. I want to, since I'm out, I know I'm out, so I want to get to know people a little better. Like if you
Look
come to
at you,
me,
adulting.
people, come on, man, you know me. They they come up to me and they just strike a conversation, and I'm always open to it. And you're absolutely right. They always get close and they want to touch you and
Mm-hmm.
shake hands and shit like that. And it don't really bother me too much, man. But I think that's a completely different situation. I understand your sentiment. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
Let's play
I
devil's
think that's
advocate a little
completely
bit,
different. Right, right, no doubt, no doubt.
Because I'm like, he just looked, it's just the way he looked, and then the way he posted on Instagram, he seemed like he was so sad. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, like he don't know, he dumb, like he young and dumb, he don't know what he doing. Like,
Mhm.
but I will say that, after all that bullshit, all that shit happened here, the whole series changed. So it's 3-3 now. We want to see what happens on Sunday. So that motherfucker might, he might get the win. If the Mavericks pull it out,
Yeah.
he might get the win. He might get invited to the Mavericks, but I'm so surprised that Dallas didn't just like totally ban him for life. They was like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah,
He might
no,
be
man.
useful.
He's learned his lesson.
Oh God.
I'm gonna give him another shot.
All right, so let's go ahead to our next topic, man. And this one is actually kind of sad. I really didn't want to talk about it, but I think there's
Why
some
not?
stuff. The reason why I didn't want to talk about it is because what's going on, Homage? He said
It's
Mavs in
good, dude.
7. Yeah, Mavs in 7. So I didn't want to talk about this because I don't like talking about motherfuckers getting locked up in general. You feel me? Because it's a weird thing. It's not something that's great. Unless they pedo or something else like that. You feel me? You know what I mean? Or an op or something. But like even then, it's a crazy situation. And these are hip hop stars, and it's really just I've learned more about the story about what happened, supposedly, allegedly, and it's really, really a good lesson. So that's the only reason why I kind of wanted to touch on it. And I think this is like a grown man moment we can have, with cats that are millionaires, multi-millionaires, but are very still young-minded. Feel me? From what I can observe, because I don't know none of these people. So
Mhm.
if y'all don't know, Young Thug, Gunner, and the whole Young Slime Life, like basically the entire record label,
Yep.
which is Young Thug's record label called YSL, they got hit with a RICO charge. And
Do me a favor, real quick, man. If
yeah,
you can just briefly explain what a RICO is. I only know so much. I'm not a big crime person, and
all
you'll
right.
probably be able to tell that when I give my explanation on this, what I think on this. But explain the RICO, please.
So from my limited knowledge, right? Because I ain't in no mob or nothing. It started
Mhm.
because of the mob.
Mhm.
So to give you an example what RICO is, Al Capone, right? He's at the top of his mob family. He does not touch shit. How could he? He's not sending hits directly to people on the street, right? Why would he? He's at the top. Okay. So he's the top of the organization. So He just gets the money and does, plans out certain things, but he has underlings or, under bosses and things underneath him that does the work, right? Boom. Just like an organization, right? You know that you got to go to work every day, right, Wayne, and do your job. But you don't need like the CEO telling you that shit. You know what I mean? But you got work. So you have managers and supervisors and directors and shit like that that's feeding that work down, right? Boom. The way Rico work is that you can't arrest Al Capone or, Young Thug in this situation for shit that happened on the street. But they can tie it all together by saying that you are part of a criminal enterprise because you are part of that gang or that mob family. So even the person that sells a nickel bag on the street, if they are affiliated with you, they can get locked up and your ass can get locked up as being top of the organization because all of y'all are connected within the same conspiracy. And that's what it's called. It's called it's really, the RICO is just a conspiracy. They're all in the same group to be able to commit crimes. That's what RICO is. Okay. And that's why RICO is dangerous, because you could not have knowledge of an activity, but since you say we all YSL, we all part of the same gang, y'all all can get charged with the same fucking criminal activity. But in this case, they got more evidence that he sent out a lot of shit and a lot of hits and shit like that. But let me go ahead and play the video of the district attorney in Atlanta talking about this arrest. Let's go.
Today, I'm joined by the Atlanta Police Chief, Chief Rodney Bryan, as well as my sheriff and our sheriff, Sheriff Patrick Labatt. We are here today about a grand jury indictment that was returned that included not just Jeffrey Williams, which is of some notoriety and media attention, but about 28 defendants that operated within our community between the time period of 2012 and 2022. It is our allegation that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs. I've made no secret about it, nor any apology, that as the district attorney of Fulton County, my number one focus is targeting gangs. And there's a reason for that. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community.
So, this made me think about something. I was talking to my barber about it. Shout out to Waylon, did the fresh cut. We had an episode and we were talking about, why do we love violent music? And my argument was that it's more of a systemic problem in terms of violence. Motherfuckers not having the best education, motherfuckers not having equal opportunities, motherfuckers growing up in bad situations with single parent homes, or if their father is there, maybe they getting abused. A lot of that shit happens in our community. We don't talk about it, right? But it made me realize something regarding violent music. I think that to support your argument, the reason why we have so much violent music is because the people that have access to be able to get into the industry at this point and just throw money at like advertisements and promotions and radio DJs and, ads on Instagram and pay for followers and pay for all of that shit, get on World Star Hip Hop, get noticed as much as possible. The people that can do that and the people that have the income, a lot of those motherfuckers are actually drug and gang affiliated. Because it's so dangerous in hip hop to be by yourself. It's not like country music. It's not like singing. You can't just go out there and just, make it on your own by doing live shows. You need to have somebody with you because you are a target just because you rap. And it made me think that might be one of the reasons why our music is so violent right now, because the people that have the ability to enter the music actually have done very, very violent things. And they have people around them that are violent, gang members, shit like that. And the blood culture and Crip culture has been indoctrinated into hip hop. And this is the case of it. And it's sad because supposedly all of this shit started over abroad. YFN Lucci is also in jail. YFN Lucci, he's part of YFN, which is another street gang that's in Cleveland, Atlanta. You know this,
You say
Wayne.
abroad. Yeah, yeah. You say abroad, but you talking about Young Thug's baby mama, right?
I don't think it was. Well, I don't think it's his baby mom. I think it was just his girlfriend, like a girl that he supposedly messed with. I don't even think it was that connected to him, but it could have been. But supposedly YFN Lucci said that he messed with Young Thug's whoever girl, and she said that never happened. Young Thug was like that never happened, and that started the actual beef. And that rap beef actually moved to the streets. And both of these gangs are in Cleveland and all that stuff, Cleveland, Atlanta, that little
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood, and it just turned Cleveland into Cleveland. So if you listen to like a lot of like, if you listen to Young Thug's last album, or you listen to like Gunna's album and stuff like that, people are part of that record label. They talk about it all the time, Cleveland.
Right.
And when we talked about on our episode, we talked a lot about like why violence is increasing in Atlanta.
Yep.
And this is actually one of the reasons, per the DA lady that we just played. So it's a sad situation that these cats who are multi-millionaires, not the little dudes, but the like Young Thug and Gunna and YFN Lucci, all of these guys have multi-millions of dollars, actual artists. They can't just sit down and have a conversation about something like this because so much money and so much is getting risked by actually going out and committing gang violence. Supposedly, allegedly, there's more charges being added to Young Thug because he sent the hit out when YFN was in jail to
Right.
kill him in jail over words, man. Like, I understand you get angry, man, but y'all are multi-million-dollar cats. Like, this is something that should be handled behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Have a conversation and keep it moving. And I don't care what nobody say. I believe that young Dolph died because of the same situation. Even though it was years ago, him having beef with other rappers and stuff like that in Memphis caused him to get smoked. So it's like, yo, what are we doing, bro? We're trying to move forward in society. Yeah, y'all came up hard, but how about y'all go ahead and become, you know, a little bit more civil in the way that you move and handle beef? This ain't, y'all ain't still in the streets. Get out the streets, bro. That's the whole point of this. Set your people up. You shouldn't be starting fucking gangs after you're $1 million artist that has Grammy nominations and all types of stuff. And you threw Gunna into it. And I think he wasn't even on that type of stuff. He was just like, you know, a dude that can really make good music. And now he in jail. Though it's 28 people got locked up during this indictment. Not to mention YFN already being in jail with him and his cohorts a long time ago.
Mhm.
Destroying careers. You're putting a bad name on hip hop. You're putting this gang shit into hip hop, thinking artists have to think they have to join the Bloods just to be able to get on. You see 6ix9ine. It has to stop, man. Like it really has to stop. Like, cause this is the type of shit here that will diminish how we are looked by other music people and other people in general throughout the world. If our biggest stars start going to jail because they got fucking RICO charges. Like that's real gang member shit, bro. And that's how they getting charged up. So, you know, it's despicable and I'm real sad, man, about it because these are motherfucking lights in our community that came up the hard way and they had an opportunity. They made it out, but they just still let that shit pull them back in. So,
Mhm. Right.
Wayne, how you feel about it, bro?
You know, I just want to know, like, for everybody that's saying like free YFM, free this person, free that. I'm like, yo, why are we so? Is it that we care more about like hip hop than we care more about human life? You
I
know, do we
think
care
so.
more about crime? You know what I mean? Because just because you like a rapper so much, and I'm so sick of this whole no snitching thing. If I was Gunna, man, I'd snitch like the minute I got in there. Because I see pictures of Gunna and look, he looked like he's going through it, bro. I've never seen Gunna look like that before, man. The dude looks just like so, I don't know, bloated or big or blown up. And it's just been like one day there at that time, one day he had been in there. I feel like he's going through withdrawals or something like that, man. Maybe he
Yeah.
need the lean or a pill or something like that, man. Because he does not look healthy, man. He don't look good. I just feel like people don't have their priorities in the right place, and why are we so infatuated with crime? you know. And just like you say, like I did a little digging, and I saw that, you know, Young Thug was worth like close to $8 or $9 million. You know what I mean? That's a lot of fucking money, bro.
Yep.
And just to see, like, God knows I could have walked past Young Thug and not even known it was him like 10 or 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? And it's just so weird, like that the person who kind of came up in the same place where I came up at was, it's just like, it's just going through all this, man. He's so rich and he's just at the top of his game.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got to go through all this, man. I think it's absolutely disgusting, bro. And you said it was 28 people, man. I also got that it was 56 counts that they got him indicted on. 56,
Damn.
bro.
It's a lot, bro.
And I'm like, and it makes these people, it's funny that you brought up, I forget who was it that you brought up, the gangster you brought
YFN?
up earlier. No. The gangster that you made the example of the Rico.
Oh, Capone.
They want to be like them so bad, man. But the thing about that is Capone and them, they never put their shit in music, or they never just went out there and told everybody what they did, man. Like Young Thug and everybody else are just constantly saying this shit in their songs, man. And that's why this shit is being used against them. I'm not against it being used against them, because if you committed the crime and you were dumb enough to actually speak about it and
Right.
put it on wax and think that is something that like 10 million people were going to listen to and not be able to put the dots together, man, then you deserve this shit happening to you. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm all about free speech. I'm all about saying what you say, man, but understand that you can get hit smacked in the face with this shit all over again, bro. And that's exactly what's happening. I'm not against them using their words against them, bro, because I hate the fact that you would constantly say that shit again and again. And be careful who you say that shit around. It's one thing that you say it around your homies. It's another thing that you promote it and you put it in your songs, and then all your other homies are talking about it too, man. Not everybody knows about the fucking crime. I don't care if you got ops. Those are still human lives, man. Just like we said about Lil Keed, man. They're still human fucking beings, bro. If you want to fight, fight. I get it. But you can't just go around shooting people. They talking about putting hits on Lucci, man. Like they for real was gonna try to put a hit on this nigga in jail, bro. Like, what's going on, man?
So
It's got to be. I don't care if it was about a broad, man. I don't care if it was about like different gangs or whatever the case is, bro. This shit is getting out of fucking control and out of hand, man. 56 counts, bro. I pulled the shit up, bro.
that's
They
a lot.
said this nigga had like an intention to distribute like weed. I'm not tripping off of that, but nigga, you got a sawed-off handgun, a sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off this and shit like that, man. What are you doing, bro? They was talking about the Infinity that Young Thug rented so they can go out and commit the crime. Bro, you're putting your name on shit that lasts forever so they can go and shoot a nigga, bro. And that's under your name. It's like that shit. Like, please don't think that, you know, like Young Thug, I'm going to rent this car and it's just going to disappear in the wind. Like, nah, bro, they do that shit for a reason, man. And that shit happened like what, 6-7 years ago, and they still got it. What are y'all thinking, man? This shit is getting absolutely out of control, out of hand. I'm sick of people making excuses for it, man. I'm sick of people finding excuses for it, man. Like, we need to be more mature than this. Not just Young Thug and them. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about the listeners. I'm talking about hip hop heads and hip hop fans, bro. We have to know when wrong is wrong, and we need to stop being there for these rappers and sitting there saying, well, I hope they get free. Oh, well, this person better not snitch. Like, bruh, it's people are dying, man. And I know it's been like that since the beginning of time, bruh. But let's fucking stop this shit, man. I'm sick of the excuses, man. I'm absolutely sick about it, man.
I'm gonna talk about Hammond's comment real quick. He said, hopefully there's no rats. And
if there are no rats, bro, like, with all due respect, fam, if there are no rats, like, they're gonna let them all go free and this shit's still gonna happen again.
So
right?
this is the thing, Wayne. You sign a contract, man, when you enter the shit. I'm sorry, it's a fucking code. And definitely your big homie should tell you, but you should know logically. If you join a gang and you out there pumping, you know what I'm saying, you out there doing your thing, it's a 98% chance you're gonna die or go to jail. And it's a 2% chance that you might make it out. And these dudes that's in jail right now are the example. But what's gonna happen is that the young motherfuckers, they're gonna get scared to death, You know what I mean? When they in that box with the motherfucking police talking to them, they're gonna get scared to death. They're gonna be like, yo, you facing 30 to life, nigga, 25 to life. And he like, I ain't even do nothing. I'm just part of the record label. They gonna tell. That's what's gonna happen. But you know that shit when you join some shit like that. You out there on your Instagram showing money, showing guns, showing your chain, throwing up gang signs, doing all that blood shit. The fuck you think gonna happen? You just going to just mosey on about your business? That shit is going to have an effect on you. You are going to get caught up. They niggas know what they was doing. So now you're gonna snitch because you're sorry, nigga, I'm trying to come home. But you're gonna put this other man in jail. Hey, nah, I'm sorry. I'm not with that. You gotta have some morale. You gotta have some shit with you. Don't do the crimes in general. Don't be included in the crimes in general. Don't even start being around that shit. Don't promote it. But if you do all of that shit, and then you want to go ahead and tell on this other motherfucker so he don't get to go home and see his family because you want to snitch, that's wrong too.
So
I can't
outside of the
justify it.
fact,
It's all wrong.
got you. Outside of the fact that I already signed up for it, I'm already in it. What do I do to get out? Like that's it. I'm just fucked. I just go ahead and take 30 years, 40 years. Like,
I mean,
what do I do?
if you committed the crime, you part of the gang, you know what's going on. You all up in this shit. I mean, you know the fucking game. Like you signed up for this shit, bro. You know what comes with it. So you need to take your shit like a man. You can't just cop a plea so you can go ahead and send everybody else up the fucking road, but you can go ahead and get off. And then probably go back and do the same shit you were doing anyway.
Right.
So what the fuck is going on? Like you can't take that shit like a man. You can't take that shit like a person and be like, yo, I fucked up. I did this shit. I got caught. This is cops and robbers, niggas. We've been playing this since kids. If you get caught, that's your ass. If you don't, then you survive and you get all the riches. Or you end up in a casket. But that's why you choose the game or you don't choose the game. But you can't choose the game and act like you don't fucking know once you get hemmed up. Dumb. You shouldn't do it if you can't take it. If you don't got 30, 40 years in you, bro, you should not join a gang. I don't give a fuck who gang it is. If you got 30 in you and you can stand up and take that shit sturdy, your ass is grass, man. So Muhammad said at the end of the day, the game is the game at all levels of power. Straight up and down. Straight up, man. This just is what it is. Don't do it. Don't join it. Kids out there, leave it alone. You know, and you don't have to be in the gang to rap, man. You don't got to do that shit to rap, bro. You don't. I promise you. There's a lot of niggas that's successful out here. Drake and all them niggas, man. They ain't gang affiliated like that. Not like that. So don't do it, man. Don't do it. You got anything else to say about this shit, Wayne? Because
yeah, because you know I'm not about that life at all. I have how do you think it looks for them?
man,
For
I think
thugging them. Do you think they got enough money to pay the lawyer to get them off? I mean, not enough money, but do you think the lawyer could get them off? Do you think they're gonna serve some time? And do you think if anybody's gonna snitch? Because I'm hearing a lot of shit that Gunna, yeah.
I think Gunna gonna be fine because his charges are goofy. Like he got like a receiving stolen property and intent to distribute, because when he got locked up or whatever, they know that he had like 100 pounds of weed. Well, he's not. I don't think he's selling anything. I just literally think he smoked that much. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, and he had like methamphetamines and stuff like that. Yes, he drinks lean. Yes, he takes pills. Like he's an addict. A lot of them niggas are. I don't know what to tell you. Like they do drugs. They do designer drugs. They smoke weed. He might do probation, but I don't think, and people are going to think he snitched, but he don't really have a lot of charges. Yes, he's a part of the RICO, but I just don't think Gunna did anything. That's me. I don't know what the fuck, you know what I mean, them niggas got out there on him. But Young Thug, I think they're going to set an example with him because he's so popular and he's internationally known. So they're going to give him like probably like a good 10 if he plea. If he take it to trial, then he might get 30. But I think he's going to plea, he's going to get 10. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. I hope he don't get no time. But you know,
why? Why do you hope he gets no time?
I just feel like, you know, I don't wish for nobody to go to jail because I don't want to go to jail. And that's
I understand that. But
I have the same amount of I can go to jail just like he could today.
But not really, bro. I mean, because as y'all not doing the same thing. If what they saying about him is true, you know, he's the boss, and he pushes the button to get shit done. Then y'all not really doing the same thing. But I mean, you don't believe that he's in charge.
No,
you don't.
No.
Okay.
I just don't. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Like, you know, I just don't. I don't. I just don't think he in charge, man. I think he like fed the gang with the money and stuff, and he might have sent like when YFM had problems and shit like that. It's like saying 6ix9ine's in charge. Like 6ix9ine's not in charge. There's another nigga out there that's way, other Shotty was in charge. You know what I mean? 6ix9ine wasn't in charge of the fucking gang. You can send a hit, but that don't mean you're in charge of the gang. Like I just don't see that with Thug. But maybe that's because I'm deluded by the dresses and the tight Hooter shirts and all that weird shit. You feel me? I don't know these motherfuckers. But I just don't think he's part of the gang. Because how you gonna run a gang when you're in Europe touring for 7 months? Like what?
Bro, it's nothing but a phone call. That's not again, like I said about making excuses. It's not. You're making a lot of excuses, bro.
I'm not making excuses. I just don't
top,
think I don't think he's the top of the gang. Like he's not.
It could happen though. If he's touring, it could happen. He can make a call and to one person, and that one person can call the other 100 people or whatever the hell and get shit done, man.
You might be right.
Possible.
I don't know, but that's what they saying. They saying he the main dude, which is fucking weird, but that's what they saying, bro. Hamid said they doing at least 7 to 10, depending on the bodies. He ain't lying. That's real rap. And then he also said out of 28, somebody gonna point the figure. Oh my god, them motherfucking lower niggas that ain't got millions of dollars for lawyers that's public defending it and all that bullshit. Cause Thug gonna be like, shit, I'm throwing anything I got to go home. Because he's already been in trouble. He already got felonies. He's on probation. So, like, he really hemmed up. Police contact when you're on probation is a reason to go to jail. You feel me? It's a reason to stop your plea and for you to go get locked up. So, man, it's a lot going on, bro. It's a lot going on. I just feel I don't give a fuck unless you a pedo or a rapist or some shit like that. That's in that vein. I don't want nobody go to jail, man. I just don't wish that on people because that shit right there will kill your ass. And they treat you like you're a fucking slave in there. You know what I mean? For real. All right. That's a heavy day, bro. We supposed to be talking about some positive shit. We supposed to be talking about the best album of the year.
Man. Not always positive, man. Of the year, more like the decade, bro. I hate to say the album of the year. I'm like, bro, come on now. Did y'all not listen to this shit, man? It's definitely the decade, fam.
All right, so even though we probably gonna get copyright strike or some bullshit like that, for one, if you want, and you know what, Wayne, before we go on, can we go ahead and play the messages that we got on stereo, man?
Yeah, we can.
Only you gotta do is unplug it and just go ahead and play it, or I'll play it. I can play them.
Yeah,
I'll play them.
Okay.
All right.
Turn it up.
Trying to. Shit ain't working. Hold up, bro. I'm sorry, man. Your message is crazy low. So what's his name? DeMonte? DeMonte? He said, what's up? What's my name? I think he was just trying to say what's good, man. So what's good, broski? Thank you, man, for joining us on stereo. We appreciate you, bro. He said, at the other thing, I have fleets, some modern day gladiators. On the gladiators, they use those shows of death for the kings of the city. Yeah. But I think he's trying to say it's like modern day gladiators out that motherfucker. I think that's what he was trying to say. And he says he definitely believed it was the baby mama. He said he looked it up and he can't believe that all of this shit is related. And I totally agree with you, bro. Like this shit is being related and all of that shit going back to all of that is just nuts. Like y'all got gang war and people dying in the streets because of I slept with your baby mama and I said it on the internet. We got to grow up, man, as people. We got to grow up. He also said if it's not on the if he's not at the top of the game, he's definitely one of the henchmen. Like he started that chapter, but if he's one of the niggas that started the chapter, yeah, he thinks the money, he got a little gangster, so you think you're gonna be good. Because guns and like muscle nowadays, it's like you could be the nigga of no more. So at the end of the day, when it comes to it, you like you can't be no better, and you still in the sky like the king of Atlanta, bro. Yeah, and I agree with him on that. Like he probably not on top of the game, but at the same time, it seems as if like he might have perceived it and projected it that way, Wayne. So the police think he is.
Right.
So if the police think you is, that's all they care about. As long as the police
I
think
don't,
you
I
is,
don't,
that's it.
but I think that he is, man. If you've been saying it, come on, they say slat is a blood word, like
Yeah,
slime is a word, like
slat.
he
Yeah,
throwing up the YSLs and everything. And bro, you're doing everything like somebody in that position would do. You know what I mean?
yep.
So I don't know why we're trying to say that, oh, he's just doing it. He's just joking around. It may not be true, bro. It's right there in front of your face. They're throwing it up in your face. It's constantly in the music. Like, what more proof do you need? You don't
Yep.
need the nigga to come out and say, yes, I did it. You've already said you did it by your actions.
I mean, we don't know, like, all of this is allegedly. Wayne got, remember we say that we don't know what the fuck
right,
happened. You feel me?
right,
But like the
alleged.
music, if you can use the music, niggas say anything in music, bro. But if you use the music as an identifier, it might be it. You think I'm giving them a fucking pass? I'm not. I said when I first started that this shit is despicable and deplorable. But the game is the game, and if you enter it, you gotta know what's gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But this shit here, beefing over like, what somebody said on the internet and killing multiple people because of that shit and starting a gang war and fucking up my favorite place in the world, Atlanta, that pisses me off because Atlanta is the mecca of like black success, bro. It's like how Harlem used to be. Y'all motherfuckers out here wearing Hooters shirts doing drive-bys. Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. We supposed to be better than that in a city that's controlled by us. Everybody's black in government. Every fucking body. The mayor, the
Right,
DA that's locking
right.
you niggas up, the sheriff.
Yeah.
Everybody's black in Atlanta. Like, how y'all gonna fuck up Atlanta? Like, don't fuck up the place that's like where all of our stars are. We have, all these athletes that come there. Everyone loves it, and you fucking it up. Goofy. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get to what the whole subject of today is supposed to be about. Now, all this crazy ass niggerdom. Let's go ahead and talk about K-Dot. I'm gonna play the video real quick, man.
All
Like I
right,
said,
cool.
we're gonna get copyright strike for this. So if you're watching us, please go ahead and hit the like button, and all of that.
Like, subscribe, comment, please comment, please.
Yeah, word up. That motherfucker there got some bars, boy. You want to hear me? You hear me? First of all, that video was insanely dope. Love that video.
Crazy.
So smart. I don't know if he came up with that idea, but I definitely wouldn't put it past him. But that was dope. Like, to show that, and like, it was just insane to be like, yeah, this is like 6 black folks and like 6 different personalities and 6 people that like touch like the world and all of these great examples. And like, it's just was such a dope thing. And it's like, come on, man, with the art, bro. And like, all right, man. So what did you think about the album, man? What did you think about this album?
Shit. Just, oh man, I don't know, bro. I feel like this album should have been called Damn, really.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really feel like Kendrick made a hip hop opera album. Like, this is definitely an album that can be brought to Broadway. And
like do a
I
musical
don't
like they did with ABBA and Mamma Mia.
right.
Courtney told me that shit. I don't know that off just drunk. Courtney told me.
Yeah, this shit could definitely be on Broadway, man. This shit can definitely make a lot of money over there, man. Like, you fuck Hamilton. Like, this is the black people's Hamilton. This album is like Hamilton for us. You know what I mean? But he also made that shit sound cool because, if you haven't heard it yet, please go and listen to it. It does sound like an opera. There's a lot of
right back, Wayne.
Yeah, go ahead. There's a lot of tap dancing. I heard that he brought in these 2 kids that tap dance on it, man. I don't know where to start on this album, man. I feel like this album is I'm sick of saying hip hop. This album is an absolute masterpiece. I feel like this album is absolute. It's like it's immaculate. It's I don't know. It's very current, but it's ahead of its time as well. I don't see how anybody can just see anything differently from this album than it is just like one of the greatest albums of all time. And I think that I'll even jump out there and say I think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest artists of all time. Not one of, like, I think he is the best rapper. I think he is one of the great artists. If you're gonna say like the Beatles are great, if you're gonna say Elvis is great, you're gonna say like Tupac is great. So like whoever it was that just made that next layer of music that made the world just recognize them or made the world just jump up. I think you need to put Kendrick in that pantheon as well, um, because he never misses. And I was a little worried too, man, because I know that after some time, a lot of people can lose their focus or their focus may shift or they not may not be as lyrical as they once were. But I feel like Kendrick never missed a beat. He took his time off, he lived his life, and he still went in the studio and he made this album. It's like he has no slumps in him. You know how they said like a sophomore slumper. He has nothing in him to make him make a bad album. Like he just goes in there, he knows what he's gonna do, he hears something, and I kind of feel that way about Fearless as well sometimes, man. Like when I hear Fearless's music, I don't like I ask him all the time, like, bro, how do you think of this shit? How do you have time to think of this shit? Like, what like how does it come into your head? How do you get this out of your head and onto paper? And he's just like, it just has to be in you.
Yeah.
And I feel like the same way with Kendrick here. This album is absolutely phenomenal. It's astonishing. Master, exactly, exactly, bro. Masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, man. Like
Straight up.
I don't have the vocabulary to express how just great this album really is, man. It's really like a work of art. It should be in the Louvre. It should be right next to the Mona Lisa. Like no joke, man. If y'all see, I got this, Kendrick right here, man, with the 4 or 5, man. Oh boy, came back like Jordan on this shit, man. And he even made Kodak Black just as fucking phenomenal. And I'm not a Kodak Black fan at all. And it was so crazy because earlier this week I saw a picture of Kodak Black with his lawyer, and he's just sitting there looking like a fucking goofy as always. And lo and behold, he's on this album, and I'm like, yo, do I have to go back and listen to Kodak Black album? You know what I mean? Like, did I miss something? Maybe I missed something. If Kendrick Lamar can hear the I guess the classic or the greatness that is in Kodak Black, then maybe I should go back and listen to it too. Maybe I missed out on something. I feel like this album is I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. Like I was telling you, bro, I feel like Kendrick is the greatest of all time. I think Eminem was my favorite rapper. I say Jay-Z is great too, but I don't think anybody can touch Kendrick. I don't think that he can ever miss. I don't know, bro. I feel like this shit, and it feels kind of surreal that I'm actually listening to it because it was 5 years before he dropped something, and he tells us about it, and it's actually on like Apple Music, and I'm listening to it. It's just it's just a phenomenal piece of work. And if I can tell you too, like I actually laid down with this album. Like I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and listened to the album.
Mhm.
And I'm laying down in bed and I have my AirPods in, man, and I'm just focused and I'm listening. I don't care if it was 7 hours long. I'm listening to this shit.
Right.
And I don't do that with any other artist. I don't do that with any other album. I'll listen to everybody else while I'm working. But with Kendrick, I know I have to take my time. I have to take my life and listen to this dude, right? And I'm just laying down in bed listening to this dude, and I'm like, yeah, that he hasn't missed a beat, and he always has subject matter to speak about. He always had so much growth that he's learned since the last album or since the last time we've heard him.
Right.
And this album just I don't know, like I told you before, like at the end of the album, like I almost like I could feel like the tears welling up in my eyes, man, because it was just that important. It was just that special. And I also feel like it was the easiest album to kind of break apart. Like I feel like he was being very open. I felt like I was a part of his family while listening to it. Like I didn't have to break it down like I did with like To Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I mean? Like this was
Yeah.
just it was broad, but it was very like straight in your face. Like this is what it is. This is what it's about. You're not gonna have to think that hard about it. And that's why I think that it makes like one of his best albums. I think he's just the greatest, bro. I don't know, man. I feel like Kendrick Lamar is the fucking greatest artist of all time, man. How do you feel, bro?
Well, I've been saying he was a GOAT since we first started the
Yeah,
podcast. That was the first thing we
yeah.
talked about. I said he was number one. I always say, I've said it literally every week. I said it last week. He is every artist that we think is the GOAT wrapped into one motherfucking dude from Compton.
Mm-hmm.
This album, Kodak Black had the best verse on this album. I know that we debate that. You think it was
Yeah.
that other song? I think it's called "We Cry Together."
Yeah, we cry
First of
together.
all, "We Cry Together" could be used like this album to me sounds like a breakup album. You know how like Jill Scott and Mary J. Blige used to do like those breakup albums that women be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, when I'm going through a breakup, I listen to this shit." This is what it seems like, but for dudes,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of it. But I love that verse by Kodak Black because, like Hamid said, like Kodak can really rap when he wants to, and that's the reason why a lot of people, like certainly younger artists, be like, "Yo, Kodak Black is like one of the best rappers out there." Like a lot of people say that, bro. So me personally, I feel like this album, I didn't expect it to be this good, and I think he's the GOAT.
Really?
I didn't expect it to be this great. And it's really a lot of singing and a lot of like not a lot of heavy beats. Like it's not a great production. Like I
No,
don't
you're
like
right. It's not a lot of heavy beats.
nah,
It's
it's not. It's
it's
not like
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like damn. It's not like,
Mhm.
it's not like Pimp a Butterfly where he had like so much percussion and different
Right.
instruments and like so many layered like music. It wasn't like that, bro. This shit here was straight up and down, like, yo, we're gonna have pianos, we're gonna have like a
Minimal.
few, like very minimal, and I'm gonna speak
Mhm.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just was like, man, I didn't know it was gonna be like this, man. Like, what an album! Like, what? Like through and through, like 2 skips for me out of 18 songs. 2 skips for
Skip
me.
some?
Yeah, it's just certain songs. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not on. I don't like Kendrick when he be singing all the time. Like, I don't like Drake when he be singing all the time.
Mhm.
No diss. You know what I mean? Like the Summer Walker song, that's cool. It's just not me. It's not for me. That's not for me. But like, is this his best album? No.
Shut up, man. Shut the fuck up. Why
I
not?
mean,
Why not?
because it doesn't connect with me, man. Why I gotta shut the fuck up? In my opinion, it's not
Right. See,
what the
man,
fuck,
you need to
nigga. It's
you
not.
know what? Just like he said on the album, man. You need to shut the fuck up when you hear love talking, bro. This album is love and it's trying to talk to you, fam.
That's
It's
not.
trying to talk to you.
I don't think that's like what that song was about. I
I
think
know. I know.
this song
No,
more like when he
no.
was talking about "I'm your savior." You know what I'm saying? It's more like what I was thinking, like I'm the savior. But me personally, it just wasn't for me. Like the whole album wasn't. The message really wasn't for me at this particular point in my life. But this is an album that is for your life. Damn was perfect for me at that time. The Pimp a Butterfly was perfect for me at that time. His first 2 albums, Section 80, was perfect for me at that time. I ain't in the point to receive this yet, but the fact that he was so transparent made this album excellent. Because he really did, like you said, he really did talk more about himself and what he was going through. And he's been closed off for his whole career,
Right.
He ain't like that. He don't do a lot of interviews. Like he did one interview for Damn. You know what I mean? I think it was on GQ. And I think he was talking to like Rick Rubin about the fucking album for like 3 hours.
I think he did one on Apple Music with that one white dude. I forget his name,
Rick,
man.
I think it's Rick. Ain't that Rick Rubin?
No.
Yeah.
It's the white dude who with the bald head. And I think he wears glasses. I forget his name, man.
I don't know. I ain't even see
But
that.
he did
one.
do something with Rick Rubin, though. He did do something with Rick Rubin.
And like that shit was mad weird. Like, cause they was just talking like they was talking like uber talented producer nigga talk. And I was just like, I like to make beats, but god damn, But like, ooh, man, very transparent. Never heard Kendrick talk about his life like that.
Yeah.
Never heard him talk about like,
His
issues
wife.
with like his wife. And then my favorite song is probably the trans song.
So that's the Auntie Diaries, right?
Yeah, and people fucking hate that song supposedly on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, this is this is a black African American thought process about this is how
we're raised. This is how we're taught to say.
Yes.
That word is not uncommon in our community. That act is not that uncommon. And the fact that I can't speak because I'm not trans, I'm not gay, so I'm not trying to tell people that they can't feel however they want to feel. You know what I mean? But he's speaking from him growing up, from him
Yes.
loving his aunt. He said, "My auntie is a man now."
The
He's
reason why he
going
started
up,
rapping
but
is
he's
because of
still
her.
because of her. Exactly. So, and then on top of that, as you're listening to it, he's saying him and her. He's saying he and she. So it's like the duality, and he's trying to figure out, like, he still loves her, but he still has like his whole teaching of it's okay to say the F word. It's okay because we say it, so you could say it. We don't love them, we don't like them, it's this and that. And then he does the same thing with his cousin. You know, it's like he's still trying to learn. So he's saying, like, this is why we said it, but that shouldn't stop. It's art. Like, you can't stop art. And he's not saying it to be disrespectful. He's saying it to say, this is how we were raised, this is how we grew up, and I'm getting better now. I am a better person now. Now I understand, you know, and I again, I can't tell people how to feel, but it makes me so angry that people can't understand that way of thinking, that people don't see how it could just go over people's heads like that. Like,
Yeah.
you're so ready to be so angry that the whole message is just like going completely over your head, man.
I think that's just social media in general, though. They say Twitter, only 20% of the people that signed up for Twitter actually use it. That shit is
Yeah.
not an indication of the world. It's just not. It's just a bunch of motherfuckers on there saying stuff. So fuck them. You know what I mean? It's really what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's what companies started to decide. It was just like, man, fuck that opinion. It does not matter in the grand scheme of things because it's not really a true representation of the way that the world thinks. But when you're in a mob mentality, you can easily just go ahead and go along with what people are saying. This thing offends you, it offends this one person, you kind of agree, they're popular, so now it offends the whole goddamn world. But like, come on, man, that is the way that we think about trans people in our community.
Yes.
Straight
Yes.
up. Like, I don't
Or
give a
thought
shit
about.
what nobody say. Like, that was the perfect song for that, and he did it, and it was just like, yeah, that's exactly how it is. Like, that's how it is. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, this album talks about a lot of adult shit. Like, it really, like, it's not as deep as his other albums are, where he's just like, yo,
Oh man, I
like,
feel like it's the deepest, bro.
I think
It's
that
just about him. I think when it's personal, that's the deepest you can get, is when it's personal,
no,
and then you can actually get that out, man, and tell everybody your faults, you know.
hold up. What I mean to say is, like, it's not like like a whole bunch of symbols and symbolic, and you need to go ahead and like go on Twitter 100 times and hear all these niggas breakdowns and
Right.
niggas, this motherfucker, whatever this
Yeah.
white guy name is, he do a dissect fucking thing on it. You know what I mean? But whatever, you know, he got like the biggest hip hop platform or whatever. But anyway, you know, he do a whole dissect on your whole fucking album and break it down. I don't think I don't think you gotta do all of that. Like, this shit is in your face and it's telling you what it is. Like, you don't gotta play it back to forth to get the meaning, like damn and all that shit. Nah, it's just what it is. He's just telling you what he was going through. This, like he said, when shit starts, you know, I've been going through something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And niggas been going through some shit. But people in the chat, you know what I mean, people out there, what y'all think of the album? Like Hamid said, it's a masterpiece.
Let's get into a few songs if you don't mind, man. I know we only got so much time left. I want to get into Father Time real quick because, like, I had told you a story. I want to tell people, like, because I've been going through some things too. You know what I mean? And I can be vulnerable about it. So, like I said, I'm listening to this album at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm listening to Father Time and everything he's saying in Father Time, and it's sitting so close to home. And not only that, but my son, my 3-year-old son, is sleeping right next to me, right? And so he's over here like moving back and forth and, you know, kicking me in my stomach and shit, just flailing around like he always does. And I'm listening to this album and Father Time comes on and it hits close to me because I have father issues as well from my real father. I have father issues from my stepfather. I mean, we're not like the closest or anything. We don't dislike each other. But I don't want to put too much out there, but I could say like he wasn't so fatherly, so to speak.
Right.
So I don't have a whole lot of, I guess, father figures or man figures in my life to really go off of. Like I've told you before, like my father figures were like, you know, Uncle Phil and Danny Tanner and Carl Winslow. Those are people that I look up to. Yeah, you know. So like I'm saying, like my son is lying next to me and I'm listening to this song and I don't know, just something in me. I'm listening, and I think the last part of the song was just like, you know, let's give the women a break.
Yeah.
And I heard that, and I'm just like, okay. I get it. Like I don't know why. I just felt like he was speaking to me. That's what one thing I love about Kendrick is he'll speak and it's like he's talking directly to you. It's like you're at church or something and you did something wrong recently and the message and you feel like the pastor is talking right at you. You know what I mean? This is how I felt with Father Time, man. And everybody has like their own issues. Everybody has their own story to tell, but it's still kind of all the same at the end of the day. And so this song really hit me in my heart, man. And it's been, you know, it made me think, you know, a little differently about, you know, how I've been going towards things and how what I've been doing, what I can change, you know, because I don't want to be like the people that were before me. I don't want to be like the people who raised me, quote unquote,
Right.
because that's not a positive way to go. And I want better for my son. So that song was great. It really hit me. And so so yeah, I'm really glad that he made something like that, man. That's another reason why I love this album so much. There's a lot of songs on there like that I
Yeah.
can connect to. And we were speaking about it earlier, and I was like, sometimes it's not always about if you could connect with something to make an album great. But this album, I definitely connect with. Damn, at a good point in my life, came out at a good point in my life, just like it said for you. And the song "Feel," I think that's what, like my favorite Kendrick Lamar song. "Feel" is, and I understand everything he's saying, even though I may not be at my pinnacle, I may not be where he is in life, but I don't really think you have to be sometimes. And I where I was mentally, I could have even been depressed at that point, you know. But where I was mentally, I completely understood everything that he said and feel. It's like you feel a certain way, and an artist can put it down on paper, and they're speaking for you.
Right.
And that's how I felt and feel. And that's how I feel with like this whole album. I understand this. There's a lot of shit I understand, but I think Father Time just really hit me in my soul and to my core a lot, especially me having a young son and me trying to figure out how to be a father without having any good fatherly
Examples.
examples. You
Yeah.
know, they were there, but they weren't necessarily good examples that I would like to pass along or use. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, man. Ooh, boy.
Mhm.
Tough song. I can hear it in your voice. You feel me? And I'm glad
Yeah.
that like that's a real artist, man. Like a motherfucker that can really touch your soul and like you can relate with because he's just telling you his story, you know,
Mhm.
and he's
Right.
going through
Right.
this shit. And it's just like that is like the true testament of like an actual like artist and his hit that shit is supposed to touch you in a personal level. And that's exactly what that song did. And when I heard it, you know, not being a father, but when I heard the song and he was just like, you know, a lot of us have been through a lot of different, like a lot of us been through shit like that. And you know, losing my father at 12,
Man.
and then you know, having my mom's boyfriend come and live with us and me and him having a lot of problems, you know, and you know, getting locked up because of him and like shit like that. And just what was going on in the household. And not a lot of my family knew about all that chaos and shit like that. And growing up in a you know, a family like that with constant chaos and strife and fighting, that shit really
Mhm.
fucks you up. And it's probably one of the reasons why I'm glad I don't have kids right now. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how I would act when I get angry and shit like that. Would I punch him in his chest and call him a faggot? Or will, you know, I take it like a better route? You know what I'm saying? Will I discipline him? Will I throw him down the stairs like shit that's happened to me? You feel me? So it's just like, I don't know. And you don't know until you're there. But I'm glad that it's connected with you. And that's why I think this album is great because it connects with a whole bunch of different subjects, just what he was going through, and people can relate to it on their individual time. Like the
Yeah.
song with him arguing with I forgot that artist's name. What was that artist's name?
Oh God, it's Taylor Page.
Like,
We
first of
cry
all,
together.
Taylor Page is an actress.
Yes, I know. I looked her up too. She was on like some show called Hit the Stage, and
She was on
she was
a couple of fucking movies too.
yeah.
So damn, she can act.
Mhm.
But like a lot of people have had that arguments in their relationships. Like everybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like fuck you. No, fuck you, motherfucker. Like
Bro, they
motherfucker.
made that the hook. Fuck you,
Yes.
nigga. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck
And
you,
then at
nigga.
the
Fuck
end, it
you.
was just like, fuck me, fuck you, fuck like that shit was insane. Like, and the
Yeah.
writing on that shit was superb. And being that
Yeah.
vulnerable to tell the story like that, is the top notch, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, yo, this is like the best breakup album of all time. Like this album, like really helps motherfuckers that's struggling with a lot of different type of things, man. And him talking about his cousin also trying to like people thought like his cousin molested him. Not on that song, but on that other song. I think it's like more towards like I think it's the song before the last
I
song.
think it was. I think it's Mother I Sober or Mother slash Sober. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
sure, but
Mother
it's
I
Mother
Sober,
Sober.
where he was like,
Yeah.
I told the truth, and then he was like, I told the truth, and then in the third verse, he was like, I lied. When he was talking about his relationship with his girl and the fact that he had a lot of infidelity when he was out on the road, you know, doing touring and shit like that. I'm like, yo, this explains the album cover why he's like with his family like that.
Mhm.
And this is
Let me
really like, fuck, man, that shit
let me
is
speak on
raw.
that if I can, real quick, man. Let me speak on that real quick. Because I saw like a few people on Twitter that was like, oh God, this nigga Kendrick just made his own version of 444, the Jay-Z album where he's coming out and about his infidelities. And I'm like, and kind of sort of in a way, but the way I kind of feel about that is if you're one of those people who thinks that he's just talking about his family or trying to make amends or whatever the case is, it's one of two things. Either you don't have a family or you don't care about your family. Because there's one thing that's great in the world, and that's becoming a better person. And for him to get all his infidelities out to his wife, I'm sure that is a tough fucking thing to talk about. I'm sure it's hard as hell for him to have to do. And he did that, and she stayed with him. They had children. He has a son, he has a daughter, I believe. And he had to become a whole new different man, a whole completely different person. And he started putting his family first instead of, I got to make this money, or I'm a gangster first, or I'm gonna do this, or no, I messed up. She decided to stay with him, and he made his family whole again. I can listen to that from every artist that's done better for themselves, because that is a great and powerful feeling. Nothing is more important in the world than your family. And for Kendrick Lamar, somebody who's just so closed in and boxed in, the albums that he's made in the past has been about life for us, like life in the streets, life in the hood, life in the gang, or just him realizing a few things. This album, Mr. Morale, is about him letting out his discrepancies. It's about him being honest with us, which he does not have to be. He could have just created another album. He could have done anything else in the world, but he decided to come out and say, this is what I've been going through. This is what I've been messing up. My family hasn't been great. He put all that together because he loves his family. You need to have like a good support system. And it shows so much that he put them on the album cover. Excuse me, if I could speak on the album cover too. You remember the movie South Central? Deuce Deuce?
Yeah, of course.
This cover reminds me of that. It's him with his shirt tucked in and the khakis, and he has a gun in his back. This shit just reminds me of, and him having on a crown. It's like he's in the hood, but he has on a crown. And I think of that as, it doesn't matter where you stay, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter where you live, as long as you have your family there. And evidently they treat him like a king. They treat him like he's, just like his wife says, like you beat it. Like, I'm so proud of you. You finally did this. And so this is what it is to him. Like, it doesn't matter where you are in your life. If you got your family and they're there with you and they ride with you, it's a beautiful feeling and it's a beautiful thing. And people need to start realizing that instead of trying to compare it to someone else who came out. And 444 was an amazing album too. As Black men, we need to applaud each other for being open and for being vulnerable. We need to hug each other. We need to love each other. And when something like this comes out, we need to take this more to heart, because it's not just about him, talking about cheating on his wife. It's about him actually saying his wife's name. He says Whitney's name throughout the whole fucking album, bro. Like, it's about so much more than that. But you're making about like these little small things. And come on, man, we got to be more open-minded than this. That's how I feel it, man. You have to have your family there with you, or you don't have anything. And that's just how I feel, bro.
Yeah, man, it's a great album, man. If you haven't listened to it, I suggest you listen to it. N95 is dope. He don't come across as preachy. It's just more like, yo, like eliminate this shit, like, because we're trying to
Yeah.
be clean. It's like,
Right.
kind of like the Scientologists who talking about being clear, like you're trying to be clear. So I really, really love the album. The album cover is dope. The fact that he's like really being very vulnerable, and the fact that this is actually his last TDE album, and
And
I think
speaking
he
of
ended
that,
it perfect.
the last song on the album, Mirror, where he says, "I choose me. I'm sorry."
Yup, that's what
Of
he was
course, he
talking
was
about.
talking about society. Yes, he was talking about society. He was talking about the streets. He was talking about, everything that he was talking about in the Heart Part 5. But I think it was especially towards TDE.
Yep,
Like, this ain't for me anymore. Like, I
yep.
want to be myself. I want to be okay llama. I want to be, what's the other thing? Okay llama and the I forget the other word he uses. But yeah, that's just for him for TDE. He's like, yo, man, this is about me and my family. I'm not living that life anymore. So
Yeah, man. And I think that song explained a whole lot of why he was leaving. And I
mhm.
just feel like, he's older, man. He's not like doing what they was doing before. Let's just be
Right,
honest.
right.
But TDE's gonna be fine. I mean, they got, Rashad and a lot of other artists. Still got SZA. They got a lot of artists, so they're
Mhm.
gonna be fine. But like, it explains a lot about what was going on, and I think what Kendrick is trying to do. But Kendrick, be careful. Because
Yeah.
what I think you're about to do, you're gonna do some shit that nobody wants you to do. They happy with you being, yeah, say whatever you want, all that righteous bullshit, your little albums and shit like that, happy little hit songs, making millions, and then go away for like 5 years and come back. But I think
Mhm.
he about to try to like really like change like his perception of like black righteousness
Yeah.
and black thought, and trying to like improve that and get those voices out there even more. And just gotta remember, there's a lot of people out there that don't want that to happen. So just be
Right.
very, very careful, because I would hate to hear that something happened to him. That might cause some shit to get fucked up around here.
Well,
So
all he got to do is just push them niggas off him like, "Huh."
push them niggas like
So
he
that shit
and
hard, boy. That
and
shit gonna
look,
go hard in the clubs, man. Watch.
I love this whole album, but I'm still say it, man. Kodak Black, boy.
Oh my God,
I listen
bro.
to Kodak Black. He does not sound like that.
Yeah.
He's all right. Like he say some shit. He got some shit. Project Baby too. He was saying some shit like talking about like his life. Like he was really breaking it down. But he's still super gremlin. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how else to explain it. That's the name he calls himself, a super gremlin. But that verse and the way that it was in that album, it just really was like, yo, when Kendrick said I'm more like, Kodak than I am, like anybody think anything else, I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. So wow, it's a hell of an album top this year. And I
Yeah.
just hope he's more consistent, but I'm cool with him taking his time. Certainly, if he's gonna be giving us like content like this,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, I just don't want to wait 5 years for another Kendrick album. But to me, he's the GOAT. Seems like Wayne, you finally got convinced that he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
So,
What do you feel about? I said he may be the greatest artist of all time. Like, fuck hip hop, fuck country, fuck whatever the hell. Like,
yeah.
what do you feel about that, man? Just like if you're gonna say the Beatles are great, you're gonna say Elvis is great. They changed the game or whatever. Like, I feel like he's like
I mean,
fucking man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, he's the GOAT. I don't think that like I wouldn't I don't consider the other genres personally, because I don't listen to that shit as much as I listen to hip hop. And I consume a lot of music, listen to a lot of alternative rock. I listen to a lot of shit, bro. Like gospel. I listen to almost every fucking thing. Reggaeton, reggae music, everything. You know what I mean? Shit. Synth metal, synth pop, all types of shit. Yeah, Kendrick's the best out of all them motherfuckers. He's better than all of them, personally. Because hip hop is not only the biggest genre right now, but like, I'm not gonna consider Garth Brooks and none of them niggas, man. You know, so for me, he's
Garth is
number
a
one.
beast, though, man. Garth is a
I
beast.
know, go ahead, do your thing, Garth. I mean, go ahead, kick the can down the road, whatever the fuck you talking about. But like in terms of hip hop and then like music in general, what I consume, he's the best of all time. He's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT. Yeah, it's a lot to beat that dude, man. That motherfucker nasty. And he's still young as fuck. So
Yeah.
nobody fuck with that boy, man. All right.
Whew, whew. And we will
So
be doing another episode on this a little while from now.
Yep.
once the album settles down, once we break
Mhm.
it down a little bit more, has spend more time with it. So, you know,
Yep. So Wayne, let's go ahead and close out stereo because they probably won't be able to hear any of this shit next. You know what I'm saying? But doesn't make sense because I'm about to play a video of my song. But I would just say my new song, WG, that stands for White Girls, coming out May 20th. So please pre-save this shit. Help a brother
That's
out.
right.
You know what I mean? I ain't trying to do too much harm out there. I'm gonna put the pre-save link in this motherfucker. Is for pre-saving for Spotify and for motherfucking Apple. So you can go ahead and hit that pre-save, go there, pre-save that song, pre-save the link for the song. But I wanted to debut it before because you know our live stream is after Friday. So I wanted to go ahead and debut the song, just a little, you know, Instagram reel that I put up on Instagram, but it's basically the full song. So I just wanted to go ahead and preview it here. It's off my upcoming whatever the fuck I'm gonna do, project or whatever called Hope. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and play it and hope y'all enjoy it. It's about 2 minutes 24 seconds. So here we go.
Married a black queen, but I'm chasing that white girl. We pumping dimes and nickels. I'm trying.
Well, shit, my fault.
Married a black queen, but I'm chasing that white girl. We pumping dimes and nickels. I'm trying to get that pump a nickel. Mr. White shaved a piece of the ice. Hey, yo, where's my sickle? She shooting up, I swear to God, I seen that vein ripple. They probably kill me for messing with a candy man. Biggie told me keep a 22 in my Timberlands. It may help cool down the room like a ceiling fan. Since everybody I surround myself with be high heads, low grade fever. He praying to God don't kill him, now he a believer. OG dripping like water, robots got pulled like a lever. They small millimeters and I say when I go, death don't scare me neither. I do the tombstone on the Grim Reaper. I smell, what is that, Summer's Eve? Me knowing you a punk, boost my self-esteem. Drug programs only if you there. Chanel bags gotta persevere. Watching my homies back like screaming the coast is clear. I'm like licorice vodka, only a few like it. But if you do, I'ma be one of your daily vices. And you gonna need me for the bars like a liquor license. I married a black queen, but I'm chasing that white girl. Me Afro-Latino, I sell my soul to get a kilo. I slice your head, make cauliflower rice, my chef is nice. Fingertips around my gums, I say that shit is primo. Nobody clean around me, they done something illegal. We wearing all black, but I wouldn't consider us emo. You want beef, I take it with a side of pilaf. Interior the color of sea moss. And that's just because I've been the boss, had power without 48 laws. Making my own rules, replacing these false gods. Old heads going to school. See, I am all walk, sit your ass down somewhere like a call center. Since you all talk, I gotta stay clean if I want the lookups. For it, salon days, your ass can get done up. She hit the line, that's good, that's well in shape ups. I got dreads that proves that I don't do no shortcuts. Cold nights and hot days to be a winner. Everything I say is coke, so I'm looked up to by drug dealers. Most powerful drug is hope, but see the taste is bitter. In love with the white girl, get canceled by black Twitter.
All right. Thank you, broski. Thanks, Ham. Yeah, man. So WG coming this Friday. Thanks, man. Yeah. So
it's Kendrick.
please.
There's Kendrick. It's Jimmy B. Fearless.
Thanks, man.
That's real rap.
It.
That's real right there, nigga.
That's so nice, man. I appreciate that for real. Like that ass. Like yeah, man. I don't know if I'm dropping the album, but I know I'm dropping a whole bunch of songs each month. So I know that's what the fuck's the vibe. So if you would like to support, you can go to BeFearlessMusic.com. I just put the link in the comments, and you can go there. You can actually purchase the song, download it for $1, or you can purchase like a shirt with like the album cover, and also got a sticker on there too. You can buy. But yeah, you can actually just buy the song before it even comes out on streaming services for $1. And I get a certain percentage of that back because it's my shit or whatever. So I really appreciate any support that y'all can give me. And I sound like I'm being mad humble, but like I'm fucking not. You know, I just know what else I got coming up, and yeah, the song is not just about selling drugs, none of that bullshit. It's a lot more deeper than that. But you know, we'll talk about that if I do like end up doing an album and shit like that. So yeah, I just appreciate any support I can get for it. And hit the pre-saved link, or you can just go ahead and buy it right now for $1 at befearlessmusic.com. And I just appreciate everybody, man, for real, for real. And yeah, I got some heat coming, man. I got some fucking heat coming, man. So yeah, WG is just the start of some shit. And I love that song. So yeah. Wayne, you got any other questions or anything? I don't know what to say. Kind of like
No,
my
bro.
boy said, I don't know what to do
No.
with my hands. I just don't know what to do with my hands.
I think that was fucking incredible, bro. That was incredible. I wish nothing but great things for you on this album, man, because that shit is quite spectacular, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Well, bro, let's go ahead and end this out, man. Yeah, let us know in the comments, man, what you think about K Dot's album, what you think about my song WG, and just what you think also about, you know, YSL and all those cats getting put down. You know what I mean? It's fucked up, but you know, let us know what you think in the comments. Wayne, you want to go ahead and send us out for a little bit, broski?
Okay, let's do it, y'all.
Yeah, take a deep breath.
First and foremost, thank you guys for joining us on a Saturday. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, man. You spent 2 hours with us, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all, man. Y'all making our dreams come true. But you have been listening to the YFM podcast, World's Most Hated. You Feel Me podcast. You can find us anywhere your free podcasts are sold. That's Spotify, that's Apple, that's Stitcher, Overcast. You can download the Overcast app. Once you download that app, you can download the YFM podcast. A few of our episodes, we got close to 100 that you can listen to, man. So flip through something, find something you like, get a little kickback for that. Also, You Feel Me podcast.com. That's our own personal website. You can find this audio and all our past audios on there as well. YouTube, man. YouTube is YFM podcast. Once you find our lovely faces, man, you click on that, man. Of course, we do a live stream 1 p.m. every Saturday. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, I believe. And then, of course, we drop a brand new episode every single Friday, man. Every Friday at 11 a.m. We dropped one yesterday. If you haven't seen it yet, it is called Fuck Your Childhood or F Your Childhood. I think it's a great, incredible episode, man. Why we all need to grow the hell up. We're in our 30s and 40s, maybe a little bit younger than that, but it's time for us to grow up and stop trying to make everybody happy and stop trying to relive our childhoods, man. So y'all listen to that, man. Take a gander at that as well. We have the long episode anyway you listen to your podcast. Also, I'm going to help you boys out a little bit. We do have merch. That is the You Feel Me podcast.bigcartel.com. You can buy yourself a hoodie. You can buy yourself a shirt. We got some new shirts coming on the way. Fearless is working on those right now. But yeah, man, we can tell y'all that any money that we get from this will go back into the podcast to continue this going on. Or Fearless is going to make more dope music like you just heard with WG. Also, like you said, befearlessmusic.com. You can help him out a little bit, man. Buy a shirt, buy a sticker, man. It's $1 for the song. Go ahead and do that, man. Help your boy out. He also has his other website, 1986fashion.com, man. The dude is just doing a whole lot of shit, man. Fearless is always doing something. 1986 fashion. That's his own personal merch that he creates himself. Y'all go and buy yourself a shirt, buy yourself a hat. Of course, we have our own Patreon, man. We got $2 level, $5 level, $10 level, man. If you need any other, if you're not going to remember this, we also have a link tree. You can go to linktree.com/You Feel Me podcast, man. That has all of our links that I'm explaining to you right now. It's just right there in one easy setup, one easy site. You can just click on and get yourself some merch. Listen to our podcast, man. It's all on there. Socials, Twitter. You can find us at Twitter at You Feel Me Cast. I'll be tripping out on Twitter there. And of course, Fearless has the IG page at I think you changed it to YFM Pod. Fearless.
I did, great sir. I sure the fuck did.
Cool. YFM Pod at YFM Pod on IG, man. Y'all link up with us, man. We'll be doing a few more new episodes with some new podcasts that we that we met along the way. A few weeks ago, we had like a little town hall meeting, and we been shaking hands with them, and we're gonna do a couple of podcasts as soon as we get our ideas and our times together, man. So y'all be on the lookout for that as well. Like you just heard, Jimmy Phillips is one of the greatest rappers of all time, man. WG comes out next Friday, May 20th. If you can't wait for that, he dropped 2 other albums last year called FYE and Kobayashi. Y'all please go and listen to those on Apple Music, on your Spotify's, on your YouTubes, wherever you go to listen to music, man. He has music on there for you guys to listen to. Again, that's FYE and Kobayashi. Jimmy Fearless, one of the greatest of all time, man. Y'all will not be disappointed. Fearless, is there anything else, man? I feel like I'm forgetting something, bro. I always do.
Yo, y'all go buy something or save the fucking shit. We trying to come out here, man. You know what I mean? For real. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I think the only thing we got to do is say peace to the people, my G.
Peace to the people, man. We love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday. Hug and kiss your kids, man. Love your family. Be there for your family. Tell your wife she looks beautiful. Tell your husband like he has a fly, fresh haircut, man. Boost up his self-esteem, man. Go out and have something to eat. Have a good time. Cut your grass, man. We love y'all. Peace.
Yep. Peace, man. Love y'all.